Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Prahlad. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here for Bhagavat Sravana today. And we're so happy that Shri Prahlad Prabhu is here to speak with us today. Haribo! Speaking on perceiving the illusory veil, lessons from sage Markandeya's journey. I'm really excited for this for some reason. Well, I'm always really excited when you speak, but especially today. I think everyone knows Shri Prahlad, but if you don't know, just briefly to introduce him, he's very special. He grew up in the movement. He has been practicing Krishna consciousness his whole life. He went to Gurukul in Mayapur, and from a very, very, very young age, as a teenager, he committed to chanting 16 rounds and took initiation from his spiritual master, Hridayananda Maharaj. And then also at a very young age, starting in his teens, he started traveling with Indra Maharaj and personally assisted him. And he traveled with Indra Maharaj for 18 years and still has a very close relationship with him. He still goes on all of the Kartik Parikramas with Maharaj and also to the Polish tour. And has become very well known throughout the world for his ecstatic kirtans, and also is also a professor and has published a book on leadership and has done a lot of service in this field. And he recently moved to New York with his wife Sri Gandharvika to bless us with their association, and is now transitioning into focusing full-time on preaching and Leela Kirtan in New York City, doing outreach to yoga studios and other places in the city. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Haribo. Yeah, I asked them to take it.
I thought you get that.
Good morning, still morning, and welcome to Bhagavat Sravana. Prabhupada said that you're very excited to hear about Markandeya piercing the illusory veil, and I'm also very excited to enter into this discussion, and I find it very mysterious. This section of the Bhagavatam is 3 chapters in the 12th canto. And it appears essentially at the end of the Bhagavatam. Harikrit Maharaj by this stage has already left. And so it's Sutta Goswami speaking to the sages of Visharanya. And they're concerned that the story is finished. And so they ask more questions to keep Sutta Goswami speaking. They don't want the Bhagavatam to end. And so it's a little random. They say, can you tell us about Markandeya? And so they get a few more chapters out of Sutta Goswami as he discusses this mysterious story, this mysterious pastime. And I'm excited to explore it with you because I've been meditating on it for many years, and I have a sense that there's a veil to be pierced as well. I mean, Markandeya is going to pierce the veil, but I have a sense that this story itself has a lot that can be revealed, but may not be fully apparent. It's something that we meditate on. As we meditate on something over a period of time with prayer, then there's revelation as well. And revelation, realization. So Markandeya, he is an ancient sage. Actually, there is a whole Markandeya Purana, and it is considered one of the major Puranas. So as we have the Bhagavata Purana or Srimad Bhagavatam, and here in Bhakti Center every morning there's a discussion on the Bhagavata Purana, and every Sunday there's this extended discussion as well. So twice on Sunday, otherwise it's every day, and not just Bhakti Center, but in temples all around the world there are discussions on the Bhagavata. So this is the most famous of the Puranas, but another, we will say major, because there are many, many Puranas, most of them considered minor. But there are 18 majors, and one of the 18 majors is this Markandeya Purana, where he is the main speaker. The Bhagavatam has 3 chapters. That's also significant. 3 chapters to exploring his story, his experience. And I would like to explore them with you to draw out themes that we can see may apply in our lives as well, and see how we can gain insight from Markandeya's experience and how we might use that as a lens to view our own experience as well. So that's my intention here with you. 12:30, right? Yep. So Markandeya, he was a very great and powerful sage. The illustration you have here is Markandeya sitting in meditation, and then there are many beautiful dancing girls all around him, many apsaras, and this is a repeated theme in the Bhagavatam and the Mahabharata, where sages are tempted by desire. Generally, it involves a king who's worried about the spiritual prowess of that sage, and a particular king. Anyone like to give his name?
Indra.
Indra, yeah. Indra, the ruler of heaven, the god of the gods, the demigods, the king of the demigods. He has achieved his position through great merit, through great piety. And when he sees anyone engaged in some great spiritual activity, he thinks, that person wants my post. And he becomes alarmed and seeks to undo them. Whereas in most instances, the story is told, those sages have absolutely no interest in Indra's position. It didn't even cross their minds. But Indra, he's paranoid, which is illustrated. We get so much facility, so much power, so much opulence, but is our anxiety ended? No, we become anxious about protecting and preserving that position and that authority and that respect and that wealth. And so it's a different anxiety, but it's anxiety nonetheless. Once I visited the Forbidden City in Beijing, China. Anyone been there? Yeah, okay. So you go into a compound, which leads into another compound, which leads into another compound, which leads into another. So the city is large, but it's a series of concentric square compounds, essentially. I don't know how many, but many. Each one is, residential quarters and quarters for soldiers, military barracks, one compound into the other. When you finally get to the emperor's quarters, it's tiny, smaller than this room. This is where he received guests, that's where he slept, that's where he ate. That's it. Tiny. And so when I visited that place, I thought, fear. So much fear, so much power, so much fear. And I had the same feeling, I don't want to distract too much. I had the same feeling in Poland. Tupac mentioned I spent a lot of time in Poland as well. So once we were doing festivals all across the country, and Poland has a rich history, and in more recent times it's a history that included Nazi oppression and domination. And so Hitler had a headquarters called the Wolf's Lair. I think he had a few in different places with the same name. And this was close to the front lines where his troops were fighting Russia. And so we went to the Wolf's Lair. It was on the way on Harinam. We stopped. And so I went into his quarters, and it was beneath like 20 meters of concrete. So the ceiling was about 20 meters, I don't know what that is in feet. It was a lot of concrete, and the walls were similarly like 10 meters of concrete. And so here is a man who has sought to, conquest and control and domination and power, and he has to live under 25 meters of concrete because he's afraid of being bombed, made lots of enemies. So Indra and his fear, Indra sent Cupid, Kamadev, along with Rati. Rati is his wife. Rati is also desire. And musicians, Gandharvas, singers, and apsaras. And so they made a pleasing environment. Markandeya's ashram was in the Himalayas. In that pleasing environment, then the singers began to sing and the musicians played, and spring atmosphere, there was fragrant flowers blooming, there were birds chirping, and beautiful apsaras dancing, and Kamadev, Cupid, standing by with his 5-headed arrow, or 5 arrows, depending on the description, waiting for Markandeya to awaken lust, that he will shoot his arrow and take his prey. Sometimes his bow is a sugarcane stalk, and his arrows are flowers. Sometimes Kamadev's bow is said to be the eyebrows, and the arrows are those sidelong glances when we take a peek at someone, maybe lock eyes, and something happens in the heart. And so Markandeya was tested by Kamadev, that he was resolute. He was resolute in his purpose. His aim was one, meditating on Krishna. And so he was not distracted in his devotion. Unlike other sages in the Mahabharata, Vishwamitra, for example, he falls victim to the same setup, and he hears the tinkling ankle bells of Menaka, and famously gives up on his spiritual practice for an extended period of time. But Markandeya, he passes this test of temptation. It's a moment where we can also reflect, where we face moral challenge or temptation, resolute in our integrity and our determination. Can you think of any such moments or incidents, and how you were able to maintain your determination? need a special accommodate to arrive with apsaras and musicians. And it's every day we are tested. Every day we are put forth in front of the objects of the senses, and we make choices. And some days, some in the same day, some of those choices will be choices of strength and determination. And at other times, even in the same day, there will be choices of weakness. Yeah, well, speaking for myself, I would say that that's the case. Any thoughts on what gives us strength and what strategies we might use to make us strong and resolute? The times when we do choose well, what is it that gives us strength? Yes, so.
Sure. I think that picture that you were just showing is what you said. It's like almost like every day,
Yeah.
except they don't look that beautiful. But the temptations are the same. It's coming at you from different directions. It could be temptation, like at work, to lose your cool, or to be tempted to make more money for what reasons, or to buy things. I mean, it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many to mention. But I think for me, all these crazy strategies. So I hope that I'm not making any offenses, but like keeping a picture of Krishna at my workstation, even using Krishna as my password. So
Right.
everyone now has access to all my accounts, but you know, it's Krishna something or another. I use the word prema in my
Oh, now we know your other password as
yeah,
well.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, every day we
Thank you,
use
Lord.
them, so it's like it's constant reminders. Outside of the chanting and taking darshan, but these are little strategies that and it does help.
Yeah.
You know, this is the reason why I got these tattoos on my wrist a long time ago, because I wanted to maintain peace. So I know that visuals for me really work to keep me, you know, focused and aligned.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Visuals and passwords. I saw another hand. Was it your hand?
It was mine. Well, for me, it ultimately comes down to love for Guru and knowing that Guru has given us everything.
Yeah.
And Guru, Prabhupada, Krishna, and just at every single moment, I heard Radha Swami one time telling the story that he spent time with Yamuna Devi, and when he was in her association, she would be talking with her husband, and they would just be saying, "Oh, Prabhupada would want this would please Prabhupada, this would please Prabhupada," and they were just so conscious every moment of what would please Prabhupada. And I remember when I heard that, that really inspired me, combined with one other time I was with Gauravani Prabhu, the kirtan singer, and we did a seva together, we did a drama. And after the drama finished, he just looked at me and said, "Now how can I serve?" And I knew that was his consciousness, that at every single moment he was just asking the question, how can I serve? And so I made a resolute decision that I want in my life to every single moment be thinking, how can I serve and what would please Guru? So whenever those temptations come, that's just the immediate, what would please Guru? Would this please Guru? Guru has given me everything. How could I do something that wouldn't please, you know?
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much for that. So the relationship with the spiritual master, the commitment that's there, the loving connection that we feel, and that helps us to be strong. Thank you so much for that. And then the other you said was a determination to serve in everything you do. Thank you. Yes.
Every day on the road.
Yeah.
And all I say, well, Krishna will take care of it, don't worry.
Right. So you see, there's just a trust that Krishna is there for you. Krishna is with you. Krishna is there for you, and you're going to be looked after. That's wonderful. Yeah. So thank you. And what we see is we have varied strategies. They're all related to Guru and to Krishna, and that remembrance, and it helps us to remain strong in the face of such challenges. Thank you. I'm going to keep moving as much as I would love to hear more, because I think it's really important to capture these things that are working for different devotees and learning from it. Well, what happened was with Markandeya, after he had passed this test, then Nara and Narayan, who also lived in the Himalayas at Madri, they were very pleased with him because they had been through the same thing. Indra had tried to entice them as well. In fact, Nara is an incarnation of Krishna. Sorry, Narayana is Krishna, Nara is the soul or Arjuna. They're always together. When we say Nara, Nara Narayan, there's even referred to as the singular, Nara Narayan Rishi rather than Nara Narayan Rishis, which is curious. So they had been through a similar experience with Indra sending Kamadev and Apsaras to distract them from their spiritual practice. They had employed a more colorful strategy because Narayana, he's God, so he can do it. When Kamadev came with his heavenly Apsaras, then Narayana said, "Really? Is that all you got?" And from his body, he produced or manifested another group of Apsaras who were even more beautiful, which caused Cupid Kamadev to faint and the celestial Apsaras to feel embarrassed. And so once Nara and Narayan had made their point, and all of those celestial damsels were withdrawn back into Narayana's body. Little side story, because it won't take long. It's just an interesting curiosity. The final Apsara, as she's entering into Narayan's thigh, Cupid says, "No, Indra's watching all." Indra says, "Can I have her? I want her." And Narayan said, "Sure, this one can stay with you." So her name is Urvasi. Uru meaning thigh, Vasi reside, one who resides in the thigh. Urvasi, she is the top Apsara in Indra's heaven, and she was manifest from Narayan. That aside, it was attention. When Narayan heard of Markandeya's determination and his having passed the temptation, they came to visit Markandeya. Markandeya received them, glorified them with prayers. They are quite extensive and philosophical, beautiful to read. He expressed his satisfaction beyond illusory material possessions and achievements. And Narayan, they said, "We want to give you something. What would you like? Please take a boon from us. Please take a blessing, a benediction." Here's what Markandeya said. Shri Shiruvacha Jitam Te Deva Devesha Prapanarti Harachyuta Varenai Tavatalam no Yadbhavam Sammadarsyata. O Lord of Lords, all glories to you. O Achyuta, you remove all distress for the devotees who surrender unto you. That you have allowed me to see you is all the benediction that I want. In his extensive prayers, he says it's so hard to see God. It is so difficult. Who can see God? He says even Brahma and Indra and other elevated celestial beings, they struggle to see God. When Brahma leads the demigods to the shore of the milk ocean to pray for Krishna's descent, They don't see Vishnu. They stay on the shore of the ocean. Brahma goes into a meditative trance and he receives communication via the heart that he then communicates to the other devatas, to the other demigods. And he says, Vishnu is telling you all that he will soon appear on earth. That's prior to Krishna's appearance 5,000 years ago. So to see Krishna is so rare, such a blessing. And so he says, you've already blessed me. I'm already benedicted. I don't want anything more than this. In the Damodarastakam prayer, the singer says, Varam deva mokshana mokshavalivana chanyam vrineham vare sarapiha idam te vapurnata gopala balam sarave manasyavirastam kimanya. I don't desire liberation. I don't desire the opulence of heaven. What do I desire? Idam te vapurnata, that this vision of you, Krishna, as a child, she's praying to Bhagavad. This vision of you as Bhagavad will forever remain within my mind. That's all I want. That's my prayer. It's interesting to read the Bhagavatam just to see what devotees pray for. When they're asked, what would you like? When Krishna asks Narada Muni, Narada Muni's come to, he's visited his different palaces in Dwarka, and he says, Narada Muni, what do you want? What does Narada Muni say? What does Prahlad Maharaj say when the Shinde says, Prahlad, choose a benediction from me? That's a nice exercise, just to read the Bhagavatam to see what devotees ask for when they give it this opportunity. This isn't just a genie giving you 3 wishes, coming out of a bottle and what do you want? Most of us, most of those genie stories, people ask for material things. In the Bhagavatam, when devotees are asked, what do you want? They'll say something like this, I just want to see you. What do we want in life? What is our goal in life? As aspiring devotees, we want to love Krishna, we want to be able to see Krishna. Of course, Krishna is manifesting here as Radha Muralidhara. Krishna is present in his name, but to actually see a revelation. I'm very satisfied on those moments when we feel satisfied that Markandeya doesn't need anything. He's just satisfied in loving service. And we can also reflect one of those moments that I have felt satisfied spiritually, that I thought, I don't need anything else. All I want is this. Let this moment be. Have you ever experienced that? Felt that? Yeah.
Just now from your kirtan.
Oh, thank you. So kirtan, I mean, when I ask that question of myself, it's kirtan. For me, my mind goes to kirtan. I've had those moments, those times. Share? We've had one share here from Elizabeth.
And the demigods found it very hard to see Krishna.
Yeah.
But I think they devised a plan. They know how to poke the bear and get him to peek out from the cave by creating distress for the devotees.
Okay, so there's a transcendental vision here, insight. Demigods are arranging for Krishna to reveal himself. Maybe the demons as well, in that sense. Krishna manifests as Narasimha because of Hiranyakashipu. Good. wanted to share something earlier. You were one of the people who nodded your head.
I mean, really, like, there's just unlimited. So I was having a hard time picking, but
Choosing which one?
yeah,
That's good to hear.
it's really unlimited. But I can say, anytime I've ever served my spiritual master, you don't want anything in the world except that service.
Right.
Anytime you're at a festival, like, you don't want anything except that service. Anytime you're in the Holy Dawn, you don't want anything except that service. Anytime I address the deities, I don't want anything except that service. And so many times, it's funny, like, most people are like more kirtan people than japa people. I love kirtan too, but I'm actually more of a japa person. And for me, like, just many moments in japa where, like, you don't want anything except to chant japa.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for that. When I was thinking of those moments personally, my mind went to kirtan and japa. It's the holy name. The holy name gives us those experiences. Dressing the deities, I know for my wife, it's dressing the deities when she.
I think we feel it in association with devotees too, when you're in association with devotees, you just feel like, I don't want anything in life except the association of devotees.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so, right answer, Markandeya. Accept. After saying that, he said, O lotus-eyed Lord, O crest jewel of renowned personalities, although I'm satisfied just seeing you, I do wish to see your illusory potency. By those who influence the entire world together with its ruling demigods. By whose influence the entire world, you influence the entire world together with its ruling demigods. Sorry, I'm going to start again. I do wish to see your illusory potency, by whose influence the entire world together with its ruling demigods considers reality to be materially variegated.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
He's about to really get it.
So he's in such a position of transcendence. The material nature has no interest for him. But then there's this curiosity. That material nature, that material energy. How can someone be distracted by that? How is it possible? So, yeah, he wasn't distracted by Kamadev. He wasn't distracted by Indra's Apsaras and Gandharvas and the arrival of spring, that pleasant atmosphere. He had no desire like that, but he had this curiosity about the workings of the material nature, the illusory potency, and what happened next. Looking at God, when we are beholding God, we behold light. Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is like the sun, or the sun is like Krishna. Krishna is the sun. And illusory energy is his shadow. Maya Haya Antakara. When we turn from the sun, what do we see?
Shadow.
We see a shadow. So when he says, I'm curious to see, I'm curious, this material energy, which means you turn your face away from the divine light. Narayan smiled and said, so be it. The Markandeya, he saw that there were floodwaters rising around his ashram, way up in the tops of the Himalaya mountains. He saw water coming from all sides, the south, the north, the east, the west, covering mountain peaks. And he understood that the universal inundation, the great flood, referenced in different spiritual traditions, a great flood of cleansing, is a cyclical event. It comes regularly, there's a schedule. Every 1,000 cycles of the 4 ages, then there's a big flood event. The end of the reign of each month. And so he sees there's a flood. Everything gets submerged, and he's being tossed about in its waves. There are terrifying sea animals, monsters. Say that loudly, please. Timid fish. That's a thing in the Bhagavatam.
It's become prominent now. They have these movies about the megalodon, which is like a whale eating shark.
Right.
Which is like, that never used to exist, and I was thinking, oh, wow.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Finally, they're saying it actually exists.
Those things. Terrifying creatures that were brushing up against him and tossing him about. And on and on and on. The great flood. The accounts of something that just happens over a few hours or days. It is a long cosmic event. He had been blessed with a long life earlier on. It's another story. In this waters of the great universal flood for countless years, until one day he saw a golden island. He saw a banyan tree. Leaves of that banyan tree, he saw a bluish child with beautiful eyes. There was an extended description in the Bhagavatam. Was smiling at him, in his toe. This image is found in many Indian homes, this image of Krishna lying on a banyan leaf sucking his toe. And there are stories, like when he asks him, Krishna, why are you sucking your toe? And Krishna says, my devotees, they always say my feet are very sweet, lotus feet. I thought I would try them out.
Babies too.
Right, yeah, it's a baby pastime. We can't manage that one, neither should we even try. the yoga asanas, baby pose. He's a half, Krishna's doing the half baby here, sucking his toe. Your baby pose, you can remember Krishna, baby Krishna, lying on the banyan leaf. When Markandeya saw this vision, when he beheld Krishna, his weariness from being tossed about in the waves of universal inundation was mitigated. Open up with joyfulness and love. His eyes also opened as he sought to see, like to drink more of this vision of Krishna that he was beholding. His hair stood on end, the hair of his body stood on end. These are all symptoms of ecstasy that we find in different places in the Vedic texts. When you read of the devotee's ecstasy, there are some common characteristics. Hair standing on end would be one of them. There might be shivering or choking of the voice, tears coming to the eyes. So when you read these descriptions, you go, that's Baba. He's experiencing spiritual ecstasy, beholding Krishna, seeing Krishna. After being tossed about in the ocean of material existence, we use this metaphor, the ocean of material existence. Bhagavatam says that the material existence is like an ocean, and then there's the boat of spiritual practice that can take us over the ocean of material existence. The Vedas are the breezes that will go and put wind into the sail. And the captain will be the spiritual master, the guru, who can navigate that boat for us. So the ocean of material existence, it is a metaphor that appears in other places in the Bhagavatam. Markandeya is experiencing this metaphor literally. Being tossed about that ocean for countless years, golden island, banyan tree, banyan leaf, and Krishna on that banyan leaf, and finally he feels mitigation to his distress and an awakening of divine ecstasy and love. Interestingly, little tangent, side note, the people in Bali, a golden island in the South Pacific, they believe their island was discovered by Markandeya. It's fun, right? Fun little fact.
Why not?
Yeah, wow. Markandeya looks at this child. The child opens his mouth and inhales. And as the child inhales, the waters of the flood of devastation are sucked in. Not only the waters, but Markandeya himself is sucked into the mouth of this little baby child lying on a banyan leaf in a banyan tree. Markandeya enters the body of child Krishna. He sees the entire cosmic manifestation. Does that remind you of anything?
Jonah the whale.
Okay, yeah.
Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yasoda, right? Looking into Krishna, baby Krishna's mouth. She's drinking her breast milk, and she's checking his mouth to see if he's eaten dirt. Actually, this Bhagavatam describes the story twice. Once she's checking to see if he's eaten dirt, another day she's drinking his breast milk. He's drinking her breast milk.
They're drinking their breast milk.
And he opens his mouth and she looks in and she sees the entire cosmic manifestation, including herself looking into his mouth. So Markandeya, he's inside baby Krishna's mouth. He sees the entire cosmic manifestation. He sees planets. He sees stars. He sees mountains, oceans. He sees islands, continents. He sees the Himalayas. He sees his ashram, where he was before this great flood took place.
Lord Vishnu inhalation, exhalation.
Isn't it? Right? Yeah, it's similar to that as well. Vishnu creates universes with his exhalation, and he withdraws universes with his inhalation. So some kind of reversal, but it is, yeah, an interesting parallel as well. So Markandeya sees all of that. He sees his ashram, and as he's looking at his ashram, exhalation. Gopal exhales, and all the water of the deluge is returned, along with Markandeya. Again, he's being tossed about in the waves. Again, he's being struck by Tinagila fish. What was the other one? Something door? Megador, You said some kind of fish that a whale, a shark swallowing. Megalodon. Okay. Yeah, so he's back in the ocean with that.
Too many versions of this at the time of death, because since we no longer carry a material body, we have the spiritual body with the sense, the ego, part of the ego, and the spiritual part.
Yeah.
We get to see a little bit of our relatives, what they're doing, how they thought about us, who's praying for us. Right? We get a little vision of that, right?
Yeah.
Where we might be going.
And looking from the outside,
right,
back down.
And then Prabhupada mentioned, I think in coming back, that sometimes if the individual saw that they're gonna end up in like a bad future, they may sometimes go into coma. Right, because they don't want to give up the body because they're afraid where they're gonna be going.
Fighting to stay on.
Yeah, so it's like a little mini version of your misery and your past and everything.
Yeah. This liminal space between existences. Thank you for that insight. Yeah.
It's also interesting because he was particularly asking to see the material, illusory energy.
Yeah.
But I've also heard, I don't remember where I read this, you probably know. I don't remember if it is in the Bhagavatam, but that Prabhupada said that when one is on the chariot going back to Godhead,
right,
that one actually passes the higher planetary systems.
Right.
And it's a test. It's a test that if you're curious, like, that looks nice, I want to go there, then you hop off your chariot and you don't go back home, back to Godhead. So he was wanting this. We have to get to a place where we have no interest in seeing the material illusory energy. We've read the Bhagavatam. We're not interested in going to any of those higher planets. Like, it's a test. Like, you have to be so fixed, only Krishna, that you don't get off. Like, My husband and I have a joke because I used to really like Michael Jackson before I became a devotee.
Okay.
And one time we were walking, and someone was playing Michael Jackson. And I was like, "Ooh!" And he's like, "When you're on your way back to Godhead, there's gonna be a Michael Jackson. And are you gonna jump off, or are you gonna be Golokamatara?"
Nice, thank you. Yeah, so I think that might be a purport in the second canto, second chapter, I think. Prabhupada might mention that. And then we also have it illustrated in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Gopakumar's going through the coverings of the material, 10 layers of different coverings. Then he's being welcomed, like invited to stay by the different, and along the different layers. The goddess of the earth says, "Why don't you stay here?" And all the opulences of the earth are being offered to him. And then there's the god of the water, and then fire, and so on. And each one has its own attractions and allures. Thank you for that. Mangala.
Just taking a minute to soak it all in. Such a beautiful discussion in class. I probably won't use the mic because I'm navigating a few things. Thank you so much, Sola. I was just thinking about Krishna in my favorite chapter in the Gita, the 7th chapter, Balambalavatam Chaham.
Yeah.
What is it? Kamarada Vigarjitam, where Krishna is saying that he is that strength that comes into us at these moments where we have to resist or we want to take the right path. But then I'm also fascinated by in chapter 10 where Krishna says that he's the source of forgiveness, Shama, Satyam, and truth. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say just that at those moments, how beautiful it is to offer a prayer that is truthful in the sense that I'm not there, I'm not ready to make this decision, and will you please guide my hand, guide my tongue in a way that aligns with your will for the protection of all of us, for the upliftment of all of us. And like King Kulashekara, may this one, what is it? May this one of my mind be directed to the tangles of lotus, the lotus stems of your feet, the lotuses of your feet.
Yeah, wonderful.
I just was struck by the beauty of this pastime, reminding me about our helplessness at times and the lack of strength that we may feel that we possess, and how blessed we are to know that that strength can be bestowed upon us in ways that we never imagined.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, thank you for that. I love the Gita references as well. And it's also one of my favorite meditations. It's just something that rings in the ear, right? When Krishna says, Balavaham, that I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. A different type of strength. It's an inner strength of resoluteness.
It's like a loving firmness,
Right.
one might call it.
Yeah. And
Not
then,
harshness, but loving firmness.
right, yeah, love that. And then Krishna's compassion, but more than all of that is Krishna's help. When we place ourselves before Krishna and say, I am yours, Krishna Tomarahana, I am yours, we become his ward. And so through our weaknesses and struggles, and when we do forget, and when we do give in, and when we are not resolute, he will show up on a golden island, on a leaf, on a banyan tree, sucking his toe, looking incredibly cute. And he'll attract us back to him. Yeah, thank you. Okay, exhale. Markandeya is back in the ocean, again being tossed about, and he sees an island with a banyan tree, with a leaf, with a baby on it. And so he sees Krishna again, the child glancing at him from the corner of his eyes, a smile imbued with love. Markandeya takes Krishna into his heart, and he rushes forward. He wants to embrace Krishna. And Krishna disappears. Same thing happened to Lord Chaitanya. after Lord Chaitanya's initiation, he saw Krishna Kanai Natashal. He ran to embrace him, and Krishna disappeared. Other places in Chaitanya Charitamrita describe that. And so Krishna disappears, but not only does Krishna disappear, the tree disappears, the island disappears, the flood disappears, and Markandeya is back in his ashram. It's quite surreal, this story. Yeah. Did that flood even happen?
I was gonna say trippy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And Lord Shiva is flying overhead with Parvati. And Parvati says, "See there, the great Markandeya. My Lord, please go and give him a benediction." He's a devotee of Krishna. He doesn't want anything. They have no desire. They only desire devotional service to Krishna. There's nothing that I can offer him. But sadhu sangha is very powerful. The association of devotees is very valuable. We can go and take his association. Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kai, lavamantra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hai. Just a moment's association with a sadhu, with a devotee, can bring all spiritual perfection. So Lord Shiva, he comes before Markandeya with Parvati, and Markandeya, he's in trance, he doesn't even see Lord Shiva, so Shiva appears in his heart. And then Markandeya opens his eyes, he offers prayers to welcome Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva said, "Let me give you something." "What would you like?" And Markandeya, he gives the most perfect response. "You don't want to offend your host, right? I'm offering you a gift." "No, I don't want anything. Nothing you can give me." He says, "I request one benediction from you who are full of all perfection and able to shower down the fulfillment of all desires. I ask to have unfailing devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and for his devotees, especially you." And so he tells Lord Shiva that he doesn't want anything material. He just wants devotion for Krishna and his devotees. And he says to Lord Shiva, "Especially you. Let me have devotion for Krishna and devotees, beginning with Vaishnavanam Yathasambhu." Bhagavatam says, among the devotees, Lord Shiva is supreme. And so Markandeya shows us so many wonderful lessons. We can just reflect on our own personal story, how curiosity may lead to challenge, learning, growth. We might find many parallels in our own spiritual journey, in the journey of Markandeya, a sage who was curious about the material nature, a sage who struggled in material existence, but a sage who was never forgotten by Krishna, who came back and delivered him. So we'll conclude there. Thank you all so very much for this opportunity. Thank you for your engagement and your interest in this amazing story. And may the story continue to manifest in your mind and heart, and may you continue to have more insight and spiritual realization from the story. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Tara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Shikha Prabhu ki jai, Dev Shiki jai. Now we're going to have the arti. Please everyone stand up. We'll move the cushions to the side and come forward so we can dance and sing for the Lord's pleasure. We can pray to the Lord while we're doing kirtan. We don't want anything except to just do kirtan for you.
Hare Rama
Jana Krishna Paramahamsa Paramahamsa Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jana Krishna Paramahamsa Paramahamsa Bhakti Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhaji Devi Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Kali Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the divine lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Sharanam